Hey, what's up everyone? Back with another basement review today, and this time we have the Springfield Armory Prodigy. It's a double stack 9mm, and this is the 4.25 upper version. So I'll go ahead and knock out the unload show clear at the beginning of the video here for all safety purposes. But before we hop into it, I'd like to give GFR Range here in Fredericksburg, Virginia a little shout out. Great group of people out there. I'd highly recommend if you're in the local area, go by. They won't let you down. So what comes in the box? It comes with a carrying case, little range bag. Nothing too spectacular, but it is nice. You get two magazines, one's a 17 and one's a 20 rounder. And I'll talk a little bit more about these in a second. And you also get a Hex Dragonfly red dot if you opt for the optics version. We'll definitely talk more about this guy here. As far as mags go, these mags are really great. And they seat into the firearm very easily. Even if it's fully loaded, you don't have to get it up there and then jam it in. 20 rounds, it still seats in just like that. So I am really pleased with the mags. I actually picked up two more of them, which I got them on Springfield's website, and they're about $60 a piece. And from what I've heard from, more expensive 2011 owners, that 60 rounds is actually pretty good, coming from like your staccato guys. But being a Glock guy myself, spending $60 on a magazine was a little bit outrageous. But that's kind of the weird world we're in with the hybrid 2011 1911. So it's a medium between the two. And I mean, for the quality you get, the mags are really nice. So I'm not too upset about spending that money on them. So starting with the gun, it comes with a fiber sight in the front. Not the best, but it's really not a huge issue because I'm running a red dot here on it, and you can co-witness through the glass. So I mean, if I were doing like some low light or nighttime shooting, I would definitely prefer there to be a tritium or some other kind of like true glow sight that would pick up light, and you'd still be able to get a sight picture at night. But I'm not. This is just a competition kind of gun, so I'm not gonna be, it's not gonna be like an EDC, so it's not really a huge deal for me to not have a tritium sight up there. Also here at the front, there's some really nice serrations that if you're going to do a brass check, there's plenty to grab onto there. And I mean, the slide, very smooth. So it's that's a really nice feature, not having any like having the serrations, and with it not being smooth, you wouldn't really have to grab down on it. It's really just a couple pounds and it slides back. So I am really happy with these front serrations. I like that a lot. And they also have them in the back if you choose not to run a red dot and you like to brass check or rack around in from the rear. It's fine. It all works out great. So I guess, why am I running a Vortex as opposed to the Hex Dragonfly that I paid the extra money for the gun to come with? I'm not a fan of the Hex. I believe it's like Springfield's sister company or something, so it made sense for them to put it on. But for the money you're spending on the version that comes with optics, it's about $300 more than the version that comes without optics. So I would highly recommend just getting a Vortex or getting a Holosun or something like that. Something that for sub $300 you're getting a better product than what it seems like this Hex comes with. Even if you look up Springfield Armory's website, when they'll show the firearm, it'll be pictured like this. I believe they're running a Trigicon RMR on their own website, so that's a little telling with the performance of the Dragonfly here. There were a couple upgrades I did on this gun, and really they're not necessary, but they make it a little bit more user friendly. So I'll show those right now. The first is a flared magwell, which, yeah, the gun doesn't come with a flared magwell, but it's awesome. I mean, like the company that did this, I believe it's EGW Gunworks. Here's a cool little sticker they sent me. But they have all your upgrades, whether it be ignition, flared magwells, whatever, for the Prodigy here. I would highly recommend them as well. So that was the first upgrade I did, was that flared magwell. The second is this slide release right here, slide lock slide release. This is the one that comes in the gun, and it's kind of a poor comparison, but you can tell how much larger this slide release is, which helps a lot because I don't have massive hands. So when I'm holding this gun and it runs dry, I lock back on the follower and the magazine here. I had to pretty much twist the gun all the way like that to be able to hit the slide release. With the slide release that comes from EGW, it's super simple. I can manipulate it all day long right here. So that's another thing. Now, I get why they did it. They wanted to streamline the gun as much as possible, create any kind of or get rid of any kind of risk of potentially, hanging up. But it draws out of my 6390 Safariland perfect every time. I don't hang up on anything. So if you guys run into that issue where you can't manipulate the slide release, EGW gun works. They do a great job. No machining is necessary. There are some others where it comes back a little bit further, so you might have to file away slightly at the pistol grip here. I wouldn't recommend doing that because EGW has just killed it with this slide release. So yeah, definitely recommend going with them. Now down to the stippling on the pistol grip here itself, it's great. I mean, it's really good. So I actually finished cutting the grass today, and then I took it out to my range. I ran it quite a bit, and everything is, I mean, perfect. You can consistently stay on target. The recoil is very manageable. Yeah, it's a 9mm, but I mean, still, it's not violent at all. Overall, I'm very, very pleased with the gun. I haven't done any upgrades to any ignition. Didn't touch, yeah, like no internal upgrades have been done to the gun at all. It runs great, and I would 100% recommend this gun. In the 5-inch version, there's multiple different spots on the bottom pick rail where you can mount light options. On the 4.25-inch version right here, though, there's only one spot, which is fine, though, because, I mean, I put my Surefire on here, and, I mean, it's easy manipulation still. So, yeah, no issues at all. All in all, I would really highly recommend this gun. It is a little bit, on the price point, it's a little bit steep for, your average guy that's not, buying multiple guns a year or something like that. But overall, $1,500 for a very strong competitor, I'd recommend for sure. The machining on the slide versus the lower is very tight. There's no wobble in here, so no matter how hard you press it, it's not moving either way. That's another cool thing. It's got this this thicker barrel in here. Yeah, I mean, overall, I'm really happy with the gun. The only thing I would say is don't get the version that comes with the Hex Dragonfly. Go ahead and save yourself some money in the long run. Buy the gun and then buy the different optic, and I think you'll be a lot happier that you did. So going through the first, I don't know, 200 rounds through the gun, I mean, it really did exceed all expectations. It shoots very smooth, no failures whatsoever. So yeah, I mean, it's great. If you guys are looking for not quite, staccato level, you don't want to spend, $4 grand on a pistol, I completely understand that. So at $1,500, this is definitely a great competitor, and I'd highly recommend this one. If you guys have any further questions about the gun or anything related to the optic system or yeah, anything about the gun, just leave a question in the comments and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thanks for watching, guys.